how's it going? There's Ray, love and peace. I want to talk about this is like part 2 of your keep knowing your desire, your vision, what do you want, and keep having why is that so important, and having that so clear in your mind, in your heart, in your soul. And the reason for that is because so many of us we believe that we know what we want, and what happens is that depending if we have an individual or people or whatnot that come along that have a stronger character, they can easily lead us astray. So that's why we have to be so cautious. And the problem is that you could be so intelligent, and sometimes with that intelligence that can if you're not humble, and this is why we talked about being humble and having humility. Because when you're humble and you have humility, you're centered. You're always centered. And when a person who is always centered and has humility, they can see the traps and tribulations. But when you're thinking that you're so big and that nothing can bring you down, and you're overcompensating. When you overcompensate for things, that's usually when things you get sideswiped, and then you're trying to figure out what the hell just happened to you. How is it that you went from succeeding and manifesting all kinds of things to being the person who's teaching to the person who needs to be helped, from a helper to a victim. And a lot of times too, it can happen so quickly that you can get so caught up in your past. You can get so caught up in your past, something it feels safe, it feels familiar. But it's within that past that we work so hard to get away from. Because if the past was something that was safe, and was really safe and really a place we wanted to be, then we would have never left, and we would never have tried to get on that on the journey that we're on. I mean, think about it. If you have something that you really appreciate, and you're really grateful for, and you really love, why would you want to just just get away from that? You wouldn't. If you were aware that that was something that you really wanted and you really appreciated, then you would do what you gotta do to maintain that vibration, to maintain those desires. If you have a nice car and you really appreciate your car, you worked so hard to earn that car, because you maybe didn't have the finances for a brand new car. Maybe you always had used cars, and you finally get that nice car, and you work so hard, and you conquer that block of not being able to have a nice car. And from that point forward, you're able to get multiple, as the future progresses, you're able to get multiple new cars, and then you get so used to having new cars that having that remembrance of when you couldn't even afford to get a new car, and it was difficult, and you didn't understand why, and then you realize, oh, it was because I had a block. I didn't think I could, and then you finally conquered that block. You really conquered that stop within you, that block within you. And then, so whenever you think back, you think about that first car that represents the breakthrough of knowing that you was able to accomplish. That was the first success. It's like, the person who never could make any real money, and then one day they make $1,000, or even, they go from, one day they make $1,000 and never done that in their life. Once they do that, they're like, wait a minute, what happened here? What did I do differently? And then they do it, and they go out, and I've heard stories like this where they go off and they make millions of dollars, but they always, when you ask them questions about the process and what is their greatest memory of that, they always go back to that one memory. It was like, man, that moment they had that light bulb go off, and they realize, wow, this is how you do it, because here's the results. I made that $1,000. So that $1,000 is more powerful than the $1 million, because they knew that they had conquered that block, and because of that success there, they were able to manifest millions and millions and millions, and that now they know how to do it. Then they know how the vibration works. They can manifest more and teach others, and that's just something that is for your character, for yourself, for your soul. It's a piece of completion, of understanding, and conquering something that you've always known that you could, and so that's why we have to be cautious. We have to be cautious, be humble, because humility keeps us grounded. And if we're not grounded, then we will get caught up in situations from the past. And one way to not get caught up is to have a protection over you. Not only a spiritual protection and a mental awareness of the fact that if you go back and start doing things around certain people, that you're gonna get sucked in. No matter how strong you are, you're gonna get sucked in, because that old paradigm, that old habit is still in you. The way it works, as you build the old paradigm, it stays underneath, and the new one builds on top of it. So you still have that other one. That's why people, they lose weight, they get into a habit of losing weight, and they get into great shape, and then all of a sudden they start doing those old habits again, and they gain weight so much more faster than a person who never had that old belief, because that old belief is there just waiting to be released. So that's why we always have to be vigilant and aware. This is why I talk about that in all my videos, and I try to teach about that, because it's something that we have to be constantly aware of. We have to defend ourselves not only against our own selves, but our own ego, our own temptations, but also our people who say they're our friends. We have to be aware. We have to be our best friends, to make sure that we got the best intentions for ourselves. And then having those people who are like-minded, the ones who always are there, the ones who help to lift you up, the ones who always encourage you, who allows you to grow, to expand. Okay? Those are the ones we want to keep around. We don't want to push those people away. We don't want to distance ourselves, because that's another trick as well. When you have a like-minded group, like a mastermind group, you're going to be very successful, because success is not a single individual thing. Everybody that's ever been successful became successful because they got help from someone. They got help from someone, or a bunch of people they got help from. Different mentors, somebody that opened up a door for them, somebody that gave them that first opportunity. You know what I mean? And that's how you succeed. This is how I've been learning through experiencing different types of teachers and mentors and whatnot. And even people who are not good for you. You look at them, once you have that mindset of that, the awareness that they're also teachers, you can look at them like, wow, this person is always angry, and I don't want to be like that. And you say, I'm grateful for the mirror reflection of that. And then you can kind of look at the characteristical traits that led to that. What is it that their habit that led to that? And then you're not judging, but you can look at that and say, well, okay, I got to make sure that I catch myself, that I don't speak a certain way or give my attention to things I shouldn't be giving attention to. Because then you create that negative practice of being judgmental, and you don't want to do that. You want to just be able to just be loving, non-detached, let people be, and worry about your own backyard, so to speak. Worry about your own growth, your own love, and for those that appreciate that within your mastermind group, the ones that are sincere, the ones that appreciate, be there for them, take care of them, because they're part of that group. They're part of that. They're part of you. They're mere reflections of you, of the embodiment of being better, the embodiment of desiring more and believing that there is more. And when you have a mere reflection of multiple of yous, which that's what they are, they're multiple of yous working together. And when you have 3 or 4 people working in the common goal and helping each other, you can have your own individual desires and wants, but you have that group that inspire, that strengthen, that help you grow. And if they're you can have 2 types of groups. You can have the group the way I just described, that inspire you to be better, inspire you to go in the right direction, that they help you, they show you. Or you can have those groups that they try to, and they say that they're inspiring you, but they inspire you to do things that don't that destroy your body, that destroys your mind, that your health, things that instead of you walking the spiritual, you're more doing things that are not spiritual, not in alignment with your path. If you have friends or family that are that teaching you and they're not in alignment with what you're doing, then you can't expect to have the results that you so-called enjoy and want. You're going to actually go backwards little by little, and you may not even realize it. You're going to lose a lot of those things, because you can't expect to get that which you want that's in the light when you're doing it from the dark. So the other thing is again, just be vigilant, be aware, have the clarity of what direction you want to go, so that you won't get fooled, so that you won't get lost in the wilderness, in the darkness, so that you will remember to always shine that light. It'll just be a natural process. The humility, again, coming into play is very important, because when you have that humility or that humbleness, that allows you to be grounded. So you can still be wise, you can still be intelligent, you can still be loving, you can still be, big, strong, all that stuff, but you're humble about it, you're loving. You don't have to prove it, you don't have to show it, you just are. You are it. You are a vibrational frequency of that which you believe. And when you're doing that, the impact in the world into your friends and family and people are going to be greater. Most importantly, you continue to be you. You continue to be strong. You want to be vigilant. You want to be aware of these things. You got to develop that fearlessness where you're not afraid to look at what you're doing that maybe that's wrong, or what you're doing to something that maybe that doesn't benefit you. And then you have to be willing to make that decision. If this is right, that is wrong. Is it going to benefit me? Is it going to build me up? Is it going to break me down? Is it moving? Have I done this before? Have I been here before? And did it bear fruit that I enjoyed, that allowed growth, or did it create more problems, more destruction, more off my path? Or am I doing the things that the new things that I'm doing, the new ways that I've been doing them, are those ways showing increase? Are those ways showing the fruits, the greater fruits that I so love and enjoy? Are they showing the health in my mind and body and spirit? Are they showing the peace within my mind, body, and spirit and heart? Are the people that are around me, maybe they're few, but do they really love me? Are they always there? Are they real? You know what I'm saying? Do they tell me like it is, but they're still there? Are they tell you like it is, meaning are they stern to the point where they're telling you, hey, you're screwing up, I love you, come on, I know you're better than this, you can do this, you got this. Do you want those kind of people in your life, or you want the kind of people that tell you, yeah, who cares what you're doing? Fuck this, fuck that, You want those people that are fake. One minute they're your best friend, next minute they're not. I mean, that's truly up to you. That's all good, but you have to make a decision when you walk in this path. You're gonna either walk the path, or you're gonna talk the talk, or you're gonna walk the walk. You're gonna either walk the path and be it, and be that which you believe in human form, and or you're just gonna be a lie. Are you gonna be a lie? Because let me tell you something, people that are out there that know stuff about this stuff, they're gonna know. They're gonna be able to reach you off the back. You may convince yourself, but you won't be able to convince them. So that's something that you gotta be able to keep into consideration. And remember, this information that I'm giving you, it's not about being judgmental. It's not about me or anybody who's advising you on these things better than you. Nobody's better than you. We are all equal. We're all here to help each other. The difference is that we're being open, we're being honest, we're showing the light, we're showing the love, and we just want the best for all of us, because as you're better, I'm better. As I'm better, we're all better. So it's a full circle, it's a universal circle of love. And so, yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. I hope this information helped you guys. As always, love and peace. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Until next time, this is Ray. Love and peace. Yeah, peace out.